There I am. I see it. I see it. I see it. Okay. Right. Camera's a bit askew. Good. Right. LiveTUBBS Weekly. You know what this means. It's Sunday, but only just here in the UK. It's only just got to Sunday. Well, it's been Sunday for about 4.5 hours. Yeah. So I've been away for, well, I've been away since last Thursday. No, that's not right. No, it is right. I've been away since Thursday, but the last Thursday, not this Thursday. Yeah. So I figured I'd better catch you guys up on stuff. I've basically my speech thing has gone nuts, so I may stutter a lot. I may trip over some words. I may not be able to talk properly at all, and if I basically stop talking, then I will have to terminate the stream. So bear with me, okay? And it's not really due to any stress or anything. Honestly, it's not. It's literally just because I'm tired, but I cannot sleep right now, and it's just really hard to talk and get things going. So, you know, I've had a busy and not really stressful week that I've been away. A week and 3 days. I don't know. I think it's Thursday. Since it's Thursday to Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So and now it's Sunday. So that makes sense. So yeah, right when I was actually going to film something for, I think it's Cigar Week, but I'm not entirely sure. I basically got some news from my mother. For my mother basically telling me that my father is probably not going to survive for another couple of days. She actually said to me that he probably wasn't going to survive before I got down there, because it's quite a way away. I don't know if this makes any sense to any Americans. But I think it is only going to be Americans that are going to be watching this live. I know Jeffers is here in the chat. I will get to it in a second. I'm going to keep talking. Yeah. So, yeah, my mum said that my dad wasn't going to survive. Basically, the week he was in hospital. Yeah, he had he didn't have Parkinson's. He had a Parkinson's-like disease that was very progressive and very terminal, you know. So yeah. And I found out, by the way, this week that I'm not at risk for having Parkinson's. It's not in our family. It's just that Parkinson's-like diseases, though, are in our family. So it's kind of a thing that it's very, very unlikely that I'm going to get something like this. But it's like, it could get anybody, you know? It's like PSP. I can't remember what it's called, but yeah. But yeah, my dad basically had it 7 years ago. My dad was diagnosed with this thing. They thought it was Parkinson's, but then turned out to be this thing instead. And now my eye's stinging. Yeah, see, and now I know I'm back and I'm doing a live stream, so that's something. So 7 years ago, that my dad got this thing, and essentially it's just a thing that it has very, very Parkinson's-like symptoms. Mostly the bad ones. Most of the bad symptoms. Well, they're all bad symptoms, I guess. Yeah, now I've got an eyelash in my eye. Okay. Okay, this is uncool. What are you doing to me, Fates? Why are you pissing on me? What is the deal? Oh, it stings now. Oh my god, live streaming. Live streaming is so fun. I've so missed this. Honestly, while I've been away, no eye bullshit has happened to me. While I've been away, I've had my eye spray with me in case eye bullshit happens. And the second I come back on stream, I start stinging. It starts watering just in this eye, and it starts stinging. And now I can't open it because I know it will hurt lots, and I can't get to my tissue paper. Okay, I am getting to my tissue paper just very slowly. I make sure there's nothing living in it because I've been away from the office for a week. So when I came back into my office, there was spider webs everywhere and no sign of any fucking spiders. So they are hiding. So that's fun. That can't have been it. That can't have been it. No. Nope, there it is again. Sorry about this, guys. 1 second. Seriously, I don't get it. I don't get it. Does the camera emit some kind of bullshit eye stingy radiation? Is that what's happening? Is that the deal? Is that what you do to me, camera? Really? Anyway. So yeah, 7 years ago, my dad was diagnosed with this Parkinson's-like disease. The last word is palsy. It's PSP, I think, which is funny in a way. Anyway, yeah, 7 years ago he got diagnosed with this thing, and basically he's just been it's a degenerative disease. So basically he's been getting worse. He never complained once. Never complained once about it, which is weird. Because, you know, I mean, if I got this thing, I'd be like, oh, great. It's great. You know? But no, it was apparently he didn't. But yeah, it finally got to the point where he was extremely susceptible to pneumonia. Just, you know, it's what happens basically with a lot of it's one of the things, isn't it, that it's one of the natural causes of death, pneumonia. It got Damon's dad as well, which is weird. So yeah, so when he got pneumonia, his system was just not up to the task of basically fighting that, and essentially he came home. He came to my mum's house because he'd basically been staying there and at a care home, not a hospice, but a care home, and essentially he'd been going backwards and forwards from there. But he came home to my mum's house, and I managed to get there in time. You know, I saw him. We said our goodbyes, and then it was very, very surreal. It was just very, very surreal. Basically, we were watching TV and we were all talking. Me, my brother, my second cousin. I still don't know what he's a relative of mine that lives with my mum to help her out with my dad's stuff. He grew up with my dad apparently, but he's basically my dad's cousin. So he's my second cousin. He's not my uncle. My mum keeps telling me he's not my uncle. Anyway, me, my mum, my brother, and Steve. I'll just call him Steve. May or may not be his actual name. Just protecting people. we're all in our living room, and my dad, of course, and we were just talking, and I suddenly noticed that, because hearing, that actually hurt. I shouldn't do that. That basically my dad wasn't breathing anymore, and I turned to, you know, face him, and my mum was there, and she basically just said he's gone. And we all then said our goodbyes again, and yeah, and then it was even more surreal, because basically my dad was in the living room of the house. It's a very small house. It's connected to the kitchen. It basically, yeah, and the people that come to take, it wasn't the coroner, it was the oh my god, what's the word? Undertaker. It was the undertaker. They wanted to store the body before he got taken to hospital, because he donated his body to science. But they were busy apparently. So essentially we had my dead father in the living room with us, and we never covered up his face. We thought that was a bit more disrespectful than anything else. That was weird. In the middle of the living room, well, we basically we talked and had lunch and stuff like that, and it wasn't weird at all to us at the time. Only until I got back to the hotel room was it a bit like, that was, is that weird? That feels like it was weird now. Yeah, you know, me having a fried cheese sandwich, like with my dad, literally, because I was sat on the chair next to the bed, my dad literally just here while I was having a fried cheese sandwich, watching TV and talking with family and comforting my mother and stuff. Yeah. So there was that. So that's part of my week. So that happened the day after I arrived. It was like he was waiting for all of us to be there. That was a little bit, like I said, that it's all very surreal. It's kind of not really hit me yet. I guess. I mean, I had a week, and it's just kind of still not really kind of like the huge emotional impact of it. Just hasn't hit me. I no longer have a father, and it's just kind of like, okay, yeah, I'm just gonna, I'm just putting this down to, you know, my depression. That I'm already super down as it is, and then this happens, so it's kind of like it's like another thing on the depression pile, because yeah. But I was there for my mother. I basically I was looking after my mum, and because my brother made a pretty speedy exit. Basically, I think he left before my dad did. That was a horrible thing to say, I guess, but that's kind of what happened anyway. Which is a good thing, because my brother's a bit of a shitbag. But whatever are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Yeah. So there's that. I stayed there for a week, and then Damon and my friend Daryl, basically, they came down as well. And during this week, we went and did whatever my mum wanted to do, because of course she's the priority here, you know. It's just the thing. And when Damon and Daryl came down, we went out. We actually went out to a place where my dad loved, and my mother's thinking of moving to. Not because of my dad's death, mainly because the place where she's living now, the site, the valley that she's living in, essentially is becoming more built up, and she specifically moved there to be away from people, from a lot of people. She's very neighborly, but basically it's like the neighborhood is kind of filling up and it's just becoming more commercialized. I don't know if you guys know what Cornwall is like. Again, you guys are probably all in the States, and I know the majority of the people that watch my channels and stuff mostly are in the States, but Cornwall is kind of the it's kind of the holiday destination of the UK. You know, it's got tropical weather. You know, it's very temperate. It's in the middle of winter. I keep getting told, although it's like I keep thinking it's spring. It's basically spring, right? It's spring. And essentially, it is lovely there. I was out there all the time, and I know I adapt very well to temperatures, but essentially I was without my coat all the time, and yeah, it was. I mean, it's lovely. There's lots and lots of beaches and seaside stuff. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why my mum and my dad moved there, because it's very, very pretty there. It's a very, very retirement part of the UK as well. There's lots and lots of old people. There's a mix of people, but there's more old people than you know, going other places of the UK. And it's very, very picturesque and it's very pretty. I mean, if I could live anywhere in the UK, then I'd live in Cornwall, because it's just very nice. I like the sea. I don't like the deep part of the sea, so I like the beachy part of the sea. I saw a dolphin. I even saw a badger. I was hoping Itchy would be here so I can tell him, because he likes badgers. I saw a badger, big badger. It was a huge badger. I'm trying to get my hand on screen. Ew, spiderweb. I missed that one when I cleaned out the spiderwebs. Okay. I even saw a badger. There's tons of squirrels around where my mum lives, because she lives in kind of like on the edge of the woods and the beginning of the ocean. So it's like she gets the best of both worlds. But yeah, she's moving to a different part of Cornwall that my dad liked. So we went there, and that really helped my mum, and she really liked that. So that's nice. I got Damon some stuff while I was there as well, to make up for the fact that basically he paid for part of my trip down there. The whole reason why I haven't been able to get to see my mum is because it costs about £200 to go by train to my mum, and it costs even more, of course, for a hotel room, because I can't fit in her shower. Her shower is average sized, but it's basically, I'm a big person, so I need a big shower, and I picked a hotel that basically was super cheap and actually had no walls on the shower. My other eye is going off now. Oh my god. This is quite funny, because I imagined talking. I'll talk about that in a minute. It's hilarious. It is hilarious. Yeah, there's a funny joke thing. Remind me when I read all the comments. I've read some of them because I can't help it, because I'm looking at the previews on both screens and they both have the comments on. So yeah, the chat, you know. Yeah, so the shower. So I picked one. I picked a hotel with a big shower. Basically, it's a bath with a shower in it, but it doesn't have a glass partition, and that's the one I don't like. I don't like glass partitions because I don't fit. I want a shower curtain. However, this room that I had the shower curtain, but it was super close to the wall. So essentially, I was hugged by the shower curtain. Seriously. So yeah, I came back from the trip. And I did ask my mother, if she basically, do you need me to stay any longer? Because I basically, you can always ask me to stay. And she said that she was fine, and that she just had to get on with some stuff that was, legal stuff and all that stuff, and nothing that I could help her with. So yeah, and there was no service or anything, so there was nothing to worry about there. Mainly because my mother didn't want to. The family is having services in separate places. There's no burial because my dad donated his body to science, so essentially to hospitals and stuff. And yeah, they don't have a service here. I don't think they do. Some hospitals do the kind of a Thanksgiving, thank you for giving us your body kind of service and stuff for the families. But essentially, it's kind of we don't know when that's going to happen, if that is going to happen. So there wasn't any service or any service here, there at my mum's. So yeah. I was a very bad Irishman and didn't have any fucking drink besides the one drink that I had at the hotel bar when I got there. I had one drink, and then basically I just didn't have time. So yeah. See, I kind of feel a bit weird about that. I kind of was like, my mother didn't have any alcohol that I liked at her place, and I don't really like doing that. I'm more about I'm more about I'm a very social drinker. I basically drink a lot when I'm at a bar or a pub or something. When I'm at home, I don't drink that much. I basically have like a drink with dinner usually, but essentially I forget to buy beer to have at home or any drink to have at home. So yeah, I mean that was weird. Anyway, I came home, and on the journey home, I found out that the one thing that I was looking forward to for the whole year, the one thing that actually I had a very positive feeling about, is cancelled. So yeah, for the last 2 hours of my trip, I basically on my trip back here, I've been going through the whole angry, very very angry, very very pissed off bit of it all. I didn't really have the opportunity to be upset because essentially while I was at my mother's place, I kind of just said to myself, with the way that the whole the next SARS thing. I don't want to name it. Basically the SARS like thing that has happened, because it's just SARS again. But it's for some reason it's worse than SARS, even though it's not. That's what's annoying about this. It's worse than SARS, but it's really not. It's basically I just kind of I told myself that I told myself from then on, somewhere in the week that I was away, that basically it's going to be cancelled. I can see what's happening. It's going to be cancelled. When America announced the whole European travel ban thing, I was like, yeah, I was trying to deal with it then instead, because even though it said that the UK is exempt from the travel ban, I was like, I can see where this is going. So I've been upset for it already then. But when it was absolutely confirmed that the UK is no longer exempt from the travel ban, I was like, I just was really angry instead of being just super bummed out about it because I was already super bummed out about it, you know. So yeah, the one thing that I was super looking forward to, like I'm not kidding when I say that essentially, there have been days where I've just said to myself, no, I don't want to die. You know, I don't want to be not around anymore because in a few months' time I'm going to go on holiday and everything it'll be great again. Everything will be nice again. You know? And yeah, now I'm back here to a place where I'm actually I'm okay with not being around anymore. Is that weird? Yay. These feelings again. Always fun. Um I'm gonna get some better antidepressants, I think. I've got a friend. Well, I talked to somebody who basically has very you know they have had chronic depression before, and essentially they've I've forgotten where I was going with this story even. Damn it. Oh, that's it. He basically he switched his medications, and he calls them his anti-killing himself meds. And it's like, yeah, go have my not dying my not dying pills. um, my anti self murder pills and stuff. He has lots of names for them that are hilarious to me, and he's got a good sense of humor. So basically, it's funny. um, but yeah, so no holiday for me this year. So that's fun because I've got to find out if I can actually get a refund. I don't think I can. I don't think I can get a refund for my plane tickets, which are the most expensive part, which cost me. And I'm not. I'm not saying this for you guys to feel sorry for me. I'm saying that people should feel sorry for anybody that's basically that is going through, obviously the deaths that have happened from the bad flu. Remember, it's a flu virus basically, and it's a bad flu. Jesus. So people should feel bad for those people, but people should also feel bad for the people that have like waited all year for a nice thing to happen, and then basically that thing not being able to happen from something that isn't as serious as the fucking media keeps saying that it is. It's just like SARS. It is just like SARS. The whole thing with SARS, where it was like people were going like crazy about SARS and stuff, and it can be easily cured with penicillin. It's like, oh my god, I've been watching this go nuts all around the world, and I'm not making light of it. I'm of it because I'm basically treating it exactly what it is. It's the media and basically just all these people that are taking it as if it's the plague, as if it's basically going to be the world's over, everybody's going to die. We've got the bad flu is going to kill everybody, and it's just those people that I'm very very pissed at. So yeah, you know, it's I'm not making light, again, I'm not making light of it at all. I'm seeing it for exactly what it is, and I'm making light of the fucking media and, again, the people that basically are treating this like it is going to destroy the world, because they're the ones that are making it destroy the world. You know. My they're second cousins as well. My cousins daughters, basically, they were super looking forward to going to Disney World. That's not going to happen for them anymore. You know, that also doesn't help me, because I'm also pissed about that as well, because like I'm not super close. I'm very close to my cousin, but I'm not super close with them, mainly because they just want me to draw Disney princesses all the time for them. That's whenever I see them, it's always like, it's like, oh, Uncle John, please, that's what they call me. Please, you know, it's like, could you draw like this Disney princess this time? They have a collection of fucking princesses every time I go there. That's all they want. They want the gifts and the Disney princesses. And I know they love me for it, and love is great and everything, but it's mostly just because I draw shit for them and get them nice things. Oh my god! But I feel bad for them. I feel really bad for them. I feel bad for my cousin as well, because she has been super looking forward to this as well. You know, so it's like, ah. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to get my £1,300, not dollar, pound ticket refunded for my plane tickets. And I don't know if I'm going to get the event money back as well. I'm pretty sure that on their website it said no refunds. I'm going to look into this tomorrow. I'm not looking into it tonight, unless I don't feel tired later after a pity wank. Oh my god. I'm just going to admit that, you know, to you guys, because I know it's kind of funny. But yeah, I haven't been able to basically. Well, Damon wasn't there for sex, basically, for a week, and I wasn't able to masturbate because I can't do it by myself unless I basically have a specific, you know, I have specific requirements for being able to wank by myself. And of course, when he was here, I was still, I was just not in the mood because, well, you know, yeah. But now I'm home, and I have the specific circumstances. You know, it's like I'm basically, after this stream, I'm going to have a pity wank. So it's just, I don't know why it's so funny to me. It's it's really sad if you think about it. Damon's asleep, so I can't have sex with him now. So I'm gonna have a pity wank by myself after the stream and stuff, and see how I feel after that, because sometimes that helps me sleep. Sometimes. I just read that, by the way. Hi, Itchy. By the way, I saw a badger. I don't know if you were on earlier, but I saw a badger, and I said pity wank, you know, not piggy wank. Although it is basically one of those. So yeah. Oh, before I read all of the comments, because I'm going to read them out in just a second. Read the chat. Sorry. The funny story I was going to say was that I was really worried that I would have this the stingy eye issue when I was at my mum's and stuff, because and I do not know where I've seen this. It was a joke on something that I've watched. It was either or it might have even been a comic or something. I don't know. But essentially, there's a character, and like they're in a very sad situation, but they don't cry. You know, they never cry. You know, they're that kind of like stoic, strong character, and basically they like suddenly like a bug kind of like flies right into their eye, and they're like, oh, God damn it. And everyone's like, it's okay, you can let it out. It's like, no, I've got something in my eye. It's like, of course you do. It's like, no, I've got something in my eye. And they never believe him. It goes on for ages. It's like, now there's something in my other eye. It's like, it's okay. You're allowed to cry. It's like, God damn it, you people! Can I please get some help here? I've actually got something in my eye. But I was worried that situation was going to happen at my mum's, because I don't cry. You know, when people die, you know, everybody acts differently. I don't cry. You know, it usually is a very slow process with me, where I start to miss the person that's gone, and then essentially I have this realization that, you know, that's something that we did together. I'm never going to be able to do that again with that person. And then that makes me sad. And then I cry. You know? It's just the way that it happens. So it was going to be that thing. My mum understands this. My mum's seen this happen to me before. So yeah, it makes sense. But it's a thing. I don't really cry when people die. I'm not a monster. Okay? I cry way after. Anyway, let's read the comments. I'm going to read them on this thing instead, because then I can highlight stuff. I've really missed doing this on this program. So Jeffrey was here first. Well, he was the first person to say anything. He says, "Hi, Tom, great big hugs and many snuggles. I'm so sorry to hear about your dad's passing." I was going to say it's okay, but yeah, I appreciate it. I'm not very good at the whole grief thing, you know. Seriously, I have something in my eye. I am not crying. Thanks so much for the pictures of Cornwall. They are beautiful. I love the picture of you especially. Oh, yeah, I sent Jeffrey, because he's not on any fucking social media site ever. Get Discord, or I'm going to stop sending you pictures. It's kind of not really a genuine threat, but at the same time, Jeffrey, please, you know, get Discord or Twitter or something, because then you can see the pictures without me having to send them to you. And it's not because it's hard to send you pictures. It's, you know, of the artwork and stuff. It's just, you can look at them anytime you want, even though you probably have a file saved on your computer somewhere, you know? Anyway, yeah, I sent him some pictures that I took while I was in Cornwall and stuff. They are nice pictures. I don't have my phone here, so I can't show you guys, but they probably will be on Discord at some stage as well. So yeah, my throat is super dry now because I've been talking, and I haven't been talking like for a little while. So yeah. Powder Fox is here. Hey, howdy. Only when you stream. Yeah, the eye thing. I don't get it. I literally didn't have any problems with my eye. And then I come on stream and yeah. Typical. Streaming gods cursed you. It's not the streaming gods, it's the fates. They have it in for me. They really do. The fates really hate me for some reason. Like, I feel like I was somebody really bad in a past life. Not Hitler. I don't get the Hitler vibe. I don't get, like, I feel like it was like a long time ago. Not, you know, not like Genghis Khan or anything, but kind of maybe before that. I don't know. I just get this weird feeling that I was a bad person in a previous life, even though that's probably not possible, you know. Anyway, so I've got misfortune in this one, but whatever. I'm so glad you were able to speak with your dad before he passed. Well, I'm glad that I saw him at least. Sadly, he couldn't actually talk, but he acknowledged that my presence when I was there. So, you know, I got to say goodbye. So that was something. It meant a lot to my mum. So that's something. That's the thing, guys. You know, it's also, you know, the reason why I'm not super broken up about it is because I wasn't very close to my dad, and just the recent few years, my father's side of the family have been, well, some of my father's side of the family are shitbags and are basically, well, just being an arsehole to me, and to my mother as well, specifically. You know, a lot of my family are very nice. I just want to point that out. A lot of my family are very nice, and even some of the shitbags are basically well-meaning, you know. But it's kind of made me not so close with my dad. Plus, I haven't had any. I don't have any money to basically go and visit my mother as much as I can. And that bugs me because, like I said, it costs like £200 to just get a train ticket, or one-way train ticket down to Cornwall to see them. So yeah, it's a big annoyance, but you know. Hey, Greg Tiley. Greg is here. He says hi. Many more hugs and snuggles, Tubbs. I'm sure your mum was so glad you were comforted. She was very, very happy. She kept telling me that it meant a lot that I came down and stuff. I accidentally let slip how much the train ticket cost and how much the hotels cost because Steve asked. So it was like, yeah, I was like, oh shit, I shouldn't have said that. Allergies to spiderwebs affect your eyes. There's an article online. Maybe that's one of the ways. By the way, hi, Veg Patch. Yeah, I don't know if that's a thing, but it may. I mean, it could be. I don't like spiderwebs anyway, but there are a lot of spiderwebs in here. Itchy's here. He'll tell you. He's been in here, especially recently because of the whole depression thing and not wanting to clean up anything. Seriously, it's not that bad, but it feels that bad sometimes in here. So maybe, but it is. But I do want to point out, Veg Patch, that it's when I'm streaming, that's when the eye stuff happens. It's like maybe I'm just super aware of my eyes on the camera or something. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it's only when I'm streaming. Because when I'm working in here normally, nothing. My eyes are fine. But because I'm streaming, I actually have my eye spray. I brought it back into the office, and I actually have it in here because it's only when I'm streaming do I need it, or after streaming do I actually spray my eyes and stuff. So it might be the spiderwebs thing, but I think it's more psychological than that for some reason. To be completely honest with you, I have no idea what's causing it. It's weird. Like a memorial at the hospital, right? Yes, that's, you know, it's possible that's going to happen, but I don't know the details of that. They haven't told my mother the details of that. Basically, that's just what my dad wanted. My mother told the hospital that's what my dad wanted, that specific hospital anyway. And they didn't mention, because I was part of some of the phone calls, they've never mentioned anything about a memorial or something like that. They just basically just told us that, you know, exactly what the criteria for having your body donated are, and basically that my father passed those criteria, and specifically certain parts of the disease are what the syndrome or whatever it's called, basically are the thing that they're interested in and all that stuff. They never mention anything about a memorial or a Thanksgiving or anything like that. But I've got a feeling that they will, because they did mention that like my mother will eventually get the ashes. So there's that. So yeah. There might be a memorial or something, but as far as we know at the moment, there's nothing like that just yet. It actually wasn't stinging then. I was just kind of like, I felt like it was gonna. But eye stuff. Talking about eye stuff. You're worried about the you worried that that was going to happen. Yeah, I know. The flight thing. Yeah. They just cancelled schools and colleges. Schools and colleges here in Massachusetts, and the Boston Marathon, which has never happened before. Yeah, yeah. I said to Damon that basically the event that I was going to in Vegas, I'm semi-hoping. I was semi-hoping that they were going to cancel that, just completely cancel it. Not that I don't want anybody to have a good time. It's more the case that when, in a month's time, when the event happens, I was going to see all of the pictures of everybody having a great time, and I couldn't go. And it's not because I was sick. It's not because I couldn't afford it or anything else that was in my control. I couldn't go because basically the planes just cancelled. It's like, yeah, fucking typical. What are you gonna do? I send David Harvey says, I'd send my deepest sympathies to you in regards to your dad. I hope I have you in positive thoughts. I appreciate it. I do. I'm okay though, guys, about that. Specifically about that. I'm kind of okay about it. It's my dad isn't suffering anymore. That's the main thing that I keep thinking about. So yeah. I love watching your live stream, especially the hot tub. Unfortunately, the hot tub streams are probably not going to happen because our hot tub is kind of semi-broken. It's an issue. Our hot tub out here is basically that's put away until somewhere at the end of spring that gets put back up. We have to do some gardening when spring happens properly, and then we put the hot tub back up. So yeah. So the hot tub and the big hot tub is basically out of commission at the moment. It's empty, I think, at the moment. So so my mouth is really dry, and I've got this really bitter taste in my mouth. Oh, by the way, my middle finger is twitchy. I just curious if anybody knows what that's about, because I kept getting worried about it, and my mum was like, "Oh, you probably just have carpal tunnel or something," but I was like, "Well, my dad just died of a condition that can cause this," and it's like, yeah, that doesn't make me worried. But yeah, it just that I'll have my hand resting. It's just on my left hand. It's just this finger, just my middle finger. It was just doing it, and now it's not going to do it because I'm focused on it, I guess. But yeah, it's just very creepy. My finger moves by itself. Ew. Yeah, the big hot tub is probably out of commission for a little while at least until we get the thing fixed in it. And itchy, by the way, it's nothing to do with that actually. Well, it's a little bit to do with that, but it's not because of that the hot tub is broken. So it's going to be out of commission for at least another couple of weeks. Basically, my buddy Daryl, where the hot tub is at, it's at his place, and he's dealing with other issues with the house. So basically, he's got to deal with that before he deals with the hot tub. So yeah. Hey, Itchy, because that's where Itchy turned up. You should be able to get the airplane tickets refunded. I'm hoping so. But the thing is that I went with the cheapest option. I know that doesn't sound like the cheapest option, but that is the cheapest option. And one of the things about the cheapest option is that like you can't really refund those tickets. But I'm hoping that there's like a special circumstance workaround, because if not, then that's basically all of my money, and I won't be able to do it next year if I can do it next year, if it's back on next year, you know. So I'll find a way. I just spent basically all of my money going to see my mum. So yeah. So tell people have bought it up, bought up all the toilet paper, water, and shelves are bare in the grocery stores. There, here, it's ridiculous. Yeah, people don't understand why people are buying up all the toilet paper, and it's literally this one reason. A lot of countries, a lot of westernized countries, especially, have they've placed limits on people buying more than one or two of a particular item that's kind of classed as essentials, but they haven't done these sanctions on toilet paper, so people can actually buy tons of toilet paper if they wanted to. And the late preppers, basically have been like, I've got all of the early people that got there basically bought out wherever they could, and most of the time it is toilet paper. So that's the reason why toilet paper keeps disappearing from places. And I found this funny because I said this to Damon. I said this to my mum. Me and Damon, we we poop, sure, but essentially we have a bag of toilet paper. I don't know how many rolls is in that. I think it's 16. I think it's 16 rolls, and essentially every other month we replace the toilet paper bag. How much toilet paper do people get through? I don't understand that. Even if you got a cold and you need tissue, you need a tissue, then essentially, you know, it's like, okay, that might double the amount of toilet paper that you use, but even double that is like an average household is not going to go through a couple of weeks before they have to replenish their toilet paper. I don't get it. It's toilet paper's crazy. So yeah. I agree. Too much of the virus, just a media frenzy. Yeah, I said this when it started to be first publicized a lot. That basically, when the first death happened, even I was kind of a bit confused because they were reporting the death like this person died of the virus, and it was like, but you said that you said that it was a bunch of they had a bunch of preconditions. They had a bunch of conditions. They were really old, and they had a bunch of just general bad health conditions. Like it sounds like this person was gonna die. Yeah, they just also happened to have the virus. So they didn't really die of the virus. That was the first death. It was like, okay, okay. Think it's working. Think it's working. There it is. Okay. Oh, where was I with the comments? Oh my god. All right. Okay, we'll go to the piggy wank section. Can you hear me okay? You see me okay? Let me unmute myself on this bit. Yep, I can hear myself. Okay. Good. This is an unusual circumstance all over the world, so refunds should be given. Yeah, but you know, I booked for Vegas and there's no refunds for American Airlines, just flight changes before the end of the year. Yeah, but I don't want to go anywhere. Come here. Come here, please. Actually, I'm so sorry to hear that. That's crazy to them because they should just refund the money. Yeah, I know, but what are you gonna do? So you never cry at a nice movie or sad song? Yes, I do. I do actually do that. That actually does happen. Pretty freaking often, especially since the whole depression thing. Actually, when I had to cease on my depression for a brief moment after I thought I had funding and stuff, I basically had no depression, and I heard a very sad song, and basically it was in the middle of Spider-Man, the Spider-Man the Multiverse one. I can't remember what that's called. Into the Multiverse. I don't know. But I'm not afraid of the dark. Basically, that when that song started happening, I just I don't know why, but I started crying for no reason. I didn't feel particularly sad what I did, but I didn't feel that sad that I needed to cry. But apparently, I did. So it was like I've been too happy. So essentially, I was kind of balancing it out with some tears. I think I don't know. There was also something else, but I can't remember what it was. But that also, while I wasn't depressed, made me just super sad. Well, made me cry anyway. Oh my god, yes, it was the Tupperware Remix Party. And Ninja Sex Party song, Starlight Brigade, I think it's called. But I loved that, and I watched that a lot, and essentially that made me super weepy for no reason. So yeah. I have an itch on just the underside of my chin for no reason. I think my beard has gone as long as it's going to get, by the way. I don't think it's actually going to get any longer than this. It is actually really long. It's down to my belly. But I'm trying to find the end. It's just doing the whole, I'm going to be more curly. I'm not actually going to do anything else. Yeah, anyway. And yawning because I went straight. I'm not particularly tired. But no, hey FMF is here. I think he just left. Yeah, I think he just left. But he left while I was was offline for some reason. Again, I have no idea why the computer did that. It does that every now and again. I think it's just a thing that because it hasn't been updated for a week, that it essentially just decided now would be a good time to do just a quick update while I was in the middle of something. Lots of events are postponing, so it may be just delayed. Problem is that I've got like plane tickets and stuff like that, and I don't think that, yeah. I also saw that they have closed all the buffets and casinos in Vegas too, Tubbs. It's just crazy. Yes, that was my first thought, was when that happened, I was like, it's gonna be shut. That was my first like hint that it was going away. Steam, because the computer just turned back on, does not mean that you have the right to full screen yourself onto my computer. Go away. And Discord on this computer, really? I turned it off on this computer, and it basically just, yeah. Anyway, I also saw that. I've already read that. Yeah, that was the thing. Everything here is cancelled too. Came in and said, "You fuckers are gonna notice me." Yeah, they did. Some Arabic name, and it's in Arabic. Just pointing that out. It's in Arabic. I cannot read that. Just says fart, so I'm guessing that's their name. So fart said fart. Panafox says, to be fully honest, I've never been in a pandemic, and I don't know if I should be scared or not. Well, this again, it's a bad version of the flu. It's a flu virus, and it's basically SARS is also this particular type of virus. I'm not naming it. I'm not saying the bloody word. It's also SARS is also part of this family of viruses, and essentially it was not a big deal then, and it's not a big deal now. But for some reason, everybody's making it out to be a huge deal. You know. It all started when Australia, who gets their toilet paper from Thailand, started having shortages because trade was halted. So they started running low. That caused panic buying in other countries. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that in the UK, it's a case of there being sanctions on, you know, how much stuff that you can buy here in the UK. You can't panic buy stuff in the UK. They have like limits at stores and stuff that you like, all the essential things you can only buy one or two, or three, I guess. If you've got a good sob story to tell the cashier, then essentially they're gonna give you maybe an extra one of whatever, and essentially non-essential items don't have that restriction, and they were the first things to disappear from stores in the UK. And toilet paper happened to be under the banner of not essentials, which is weird because toilet paper's pretty fucking essential. So I don't understand that. But that's basically what I've seen in the UK. I don't know about the Australian thing, but yeah. I'm sure that's the case in Australia, but yeah. And maybe in other places in the world, but yeah. Like I said, in the UK, I'm pretty sure that's the thing. The UK itself is not that hard. It's hardly affected. Being in the UK right now, I could say that although a bunch of stuff is being cancelled, I was pretty out in public for a lot of the time I was away, and and I travelled from from London, from Peterborough to London, and then London to my mum's, and essentially, like, everybody seemed completely fine and normal there. I did notice one person kept rubbing their hands with sanitizing gel while I was on the train, but it was just one person. Everybody else was just their normal, going through their normal routine. And even when I was in Cornwall, everybody seemed to be going through their normal routine. So it was like nothing really changed. But I did keep seeing reports about the stores and stuff. And I did actually see the stores in the service stations when we were because Damon drove me back, because it's cheaper than the fucking train. It's terrible. Damon drove me back, and some of the stores in the service stations were cleared out of a bunch of stuff. And like I said, it was the non-essential stuff. So yeah. It seemed to be all the non-essential stuff that people could get their hands on that was cleared out. So yeah. And that's when the stream froze. And I was making a joke. I just want to point that out. I was making a joke. Jeffrey, I was making a joke about the whole, could you stop hugging me? I'm trying to fix the computer thing. I thought it was funny. But yeah, FMF then left, and yeah. Good. Jay Bear is here, and he says, looking great, Sean. Thank you. Thank you much. Yeah, I'm looking okay. I haven't showered for a couple of days. And I think I've just hurt myself. Ouch. I just scratched I had a cut on my forehead because I accidentally when I was in the hotel room, I got like a coaster on my bedside table, and essentially I kind of reached for my phone and knocked the coaster, and it was quite well, my head was quite close to the bedside table, and it hit me just like there, and didn't cut me but scratched me, and I accidentally just hurt that scratch. And now I'm poking it, and that should be bad. That's bad of me. Don't do that. Right, so now we've got all of that stuff. I was going to make this a quick stream, but essentially it's turned into quite a long stream, and I know the reason why. Yeah. So I was going to go on to talk about what was happening in this little bit of the week that's left, and essentially, there's not much of the week left because it's nearly 6 a.m. in the UK, and it's a Sunday, and that's usually when I reset the week to a different week and stuff. But since all of this has happened, I'm going to suspend the voting for this for the time being. So you can still vote for stuff, but I just won't take it later today like I normally would. I will take I'll do the polling and the tallying up next week, I think, and we'll focus on what's happening this week. So what's happening this week is there's going to be 2 art classes, hopefully, and there's going to be filming of it's Cigar Week. I'm going to try to figure out a video of that. I have no idea what we planned. I know we planned to do something, but I have no clue. I have absolutely no clue what to do. So if anybody has my basic idea, I might just rewatch the last stream or the end of the last stream to figure out what we kind of semi-decided to do, because I know we had a sort of vague plan, but it's gone out of my head. So if anybody does know what it is before I have to watch the thing again, please write it in the chat, because I would really appreciate not having to watch myself talk about nothing for ages, because that just bugs me. It does like so much. Um. Anyway. Anyway, is something happening on Discord? By the way, I'm getting lots of notifications in over here, but I have no idea what's going on. But I think that something's happening in my Discord. So someone's spamming your name in Discord. Okay, don't worry about it yet. I will deal with it. Unless they keep spamming like the at everyone thing, you know. I think it was the Fat Daddy video, Tubbs, you were going to work on. Your suit. The suit video. I was going to be the suit. Did we come up with an idea of what I was going to do at all? Or anything? I don't know. So we got 2 art classes because I missed a week. So yeah, it's probably going to be 3 to be honest, because well, there's no more of this week left. So there's that. Excuse me. I do want to show you this. I've been working on a spaceship. I'm working on a new spaceship design because that's kind of my job, freelance, you know, concept design guy. And also, Itchy, if you're still here, I've been working on a lesson plan, very, very briefly while I was on the train, just figuring out how to teach you guys how to do shading because he wanted help with shading. And basically, I've been working on that. And I've also got a new laptop because my dad had a laptop and essentially he's not using it anymore. And my mum doesn't know how to use a computer properly. And also she has my cousin Steve, and he is very technically minded and already has like 2 laptops and a computer. So he didn't want another one. And they said that they were just going to sell it off if I didn't take it. And this computer that I'm currently talking to you on is the communications laptop, and it's also supposed to be the travel laptop. However, it's very heavy and it has a tendency to crash for no reason. And also the Wi-Fi on it isn't that great for a communications laptop. But yeah, I just watched the playback on it now, and I have Discord open at all times on it, as well as doing a couple of other things usually on it, that like watching. I stream from it. I don't stream from it anymore because the Wi-Fi is not that reliable on it. But I watch streams on it. You know, like streaming services on it. So I use that one for that instead of using it for the travel laptop. So essentially, I'm going to use the other one because it's lighter. It's still a bit slow, but I can still do some work on it. And I've been working on a few outlines for a few stories as well. So essentially, the receptacle series that I've been doing when I was sick once. I'm going to continue that series because I've written a bunch of outlines for a bunch of stories in that universe while I was away. Seriously, sometimes there was nothing to do but watch crappy TV. My mother has terrible taste in what to watch on TV, and I just had nothing to do. I basically did a bunch of work, but essentially I didn't have that much work to do. So I was just writing stuff for the receptacle series. If you know what that is, then yay. If you don't know what that is, then check out. I think they're on Fur Affinity. I think they're all on Fur Affinity, and they're definitely on an old website called Belly Builders. So there's that. Anyway, yeah, that's what's happening. So that's what's happening this week. So I was going to do this tomorrow as well. I might still do another live stream tomorrow, on here. I don't know what it'll be about, but we'll do another LiveTubs Weekly. It might just be a brainstorm to figure out exactly what we're doing for a couple of videos. But yeah, I have to pee now, so I'm gonna scoot pretty quickly. So yeah. Is there anything else that anybody wants to talk to me about before I have to run away and go pee and then have my sad wank? I think you're on a bit of a delay, Jeff, and Panafox as well. I'm just getting the message that you think it looks good. The shading thing is quite funny. The spaceship isn't that great because I was doing that in the dark. I'm so glad that you're back, Tubbs. Here's many more. There's many more hugs, snuggles, kisses, and many rubs for your very sexy belly. Thank you, dude. I will do that then. I will leave. I will leave and deal with whatever's happening on Discord. Nope, that didn't help. Oh my god, what will I do? Because reasons. Right. Ugh. Oh my god, the chair will not move. I'm trying to get in the right angle. So there you go. Belly rubs. Oh, stretch. Did you hear that click? And belly salute. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, probably. If not tomorrow, then Monday for an art stream, and then Tuesday probably for another art stream, and then Wednesday probably for another art stream. And if I miss a day, I will be around sometime. So yeah. Yeah, it's just bushier, isn't it? It doesn't really get any longer. Whatever, it might be gone because I was growing it for the event in Vegas, and I don't know what to do with it now. I'll figure it out. Anyway, see you guys tomorrow. I hit the button, but nothing happened. Oh, I've got to hit the other button. See you guys tomorrow.